sing the words and then it becomes a guitar solo is just so cool to me when he's like,
what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Listography. Jason and Joe here. If you missed yesterday's video, we are joined this week by Nordista Freeze. He is got a great new record out called Big Sky Pipe Dream. Great live performer as well. I saw him a month or two ago. If you get a chance, check out his music, catch him on the road. But we're talking about Daft Punk this week. We ranked the records yesterday. You can check that video out if you've not seen it yet. Today, we're doing our top 10 favorite songs. Joe, you want to kick us off?
Yes, sir. I will kick us off. I'm representing most of the Daft Punk albums today. Number 10, I got Robot Rock from Human After All. The synth sound is just really like bracingly, crushingly heavy. And it's really cool, the vocal effects. And unlike the rest of the album, which I don't like that much, like it's got a danceable groove that sort of is like keeps you going throughout, even though it gets a little repetitious. Number 9, I got Instant Crush featuring Julian Casablancas, however you say it, from Random Access Memories. Just adding that kind of extra kind of human element, even though his vocals are real pitch shifted and he's doing a falsetto. But it's just like a cool sounding song, and his Julian's addition really kind of makes it better, greater than the sum of its parts. Number 8, I Get Lucky here with Pharrell Williams, who, I'm a huge Pharrell Williams fan, so pretty much anything he does is great. This one's super funky. Now Rogers produces, I believe, and it's just a really catchy song. Daft Punk sort of going 70s style, funk style, less of the house and the dance stuff. So they basically kind of proved that with this, they can do whatever they want. And it's just a good song, great pop banger. Number 7, I got Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. I love Kanye's use of it in his Stronger song. I didn't actually know he re-recorded it with them. That's very cool. And just a really kind of interesting the way they take the hook and just like keep building on it and then like taking things away. And even though it's sort of just like keep repeating the same thing over and over, what they're doing behind the scenes is really cool. And it's just a catchy song. Number 6, I got Aerodynamic. It's like kind of prog dance music. They've thrown in like this ridiculous electric guitar solo throughout it. And I just really like the way it sounds. Cool synth sounds on it. Number 5, going back to Pharrell for Lose Yourself to Dance. I think it's the superior Pharrell Williams collaboration. A little more funky, and I love Pharrell's like the sweat, and the kind of talking back and forth between the band and Pharrell. It's just really cool, good pop song. Number 4, Face to Face. I think it's a really unique sounding one. It sounds like they sample stuff and are like chopping things up and sort of arranging it in a way that makes sense for a song, but still has like these really weird, almost like disconcerting shifts to it. But it really works. They really did a lot of care to make sure that it's a good song, despite like the weirdness of it. It's kind of like, disconcerting to listen to, but it's really cool. Number 3, this one, I don't know, might be cheating a little bit. I'm going to go with the Tron Reconfigured album and do Fall, the remix by M83 versus Big Black Delta. But it's just a really cool song. And I think I heard this before I even heard the soundtrack. And I don't know, the addition of M83's vocals, even though he's like not even singing, just doing like this hook over and over again, it's just this emotional roller coaster, and the synths and the orchestration are so huge that it just like works perfectly. It kind of reminds me of something off Discovery. Number 2, I'm going to go for one of the more recognizable songs, One More Time. Just love it's like joyous and jubilant, just an incredible dance song. Even though, again, it's just repeating the same hook over and over, but everything underneath it and the music and the way they add and take and sort of like shift things around, just really cool. But number one, though, is going to be Digital Love. It's almost like a real pop song. Vocals from DJ Sneak. They use the Wurlitzer piano that Supertramp once used for just like a little bridge part, but it's like super real sounding in like this sort of like robotic kind of synth heavy song. And it just adds like this little touch of like human element that's really cool. Vocal effects are great, and there's some just ridiculously blazing guitar or synth solos. I'm not really sure how they do it, but it just sounds amazing. It's so cool. Digital Love. That'll be a contender for me for Song of the Year, definitely in 2001.
Right on. That is awesome. Those are some great choices, Joe, I got to say. We may not have agreed on how we'd rank all the albums, but we've come together for ranking the songs. He's got some great picks. And yes, if you didn't watch the last video, Daft Punk, huge band for me. So I'm with my heart on my sleeve. I'm the true stan in the chat right now. But and also, if you didn't catch the other one, definitely got to give a shout out to the live records, because I do think that a lot of these songs are used in a pretty cool way on a live 2007. That's my favorite live record. And so, all right, let's begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I made mine go too long, so I'm just gonna start with 10. All right. I won't do any honorable mentions. Number 10 is Prime Time of Your Life off of Human After All. I love that song. That song, just the way they slowly bring in all of the lyrics, they punch them in, and I just love it. The song speeds up at the end, and it speeds up so fast that it just becomes all of a sudden it just becomes like one sound. And as someone who is, especially when dubstep and all that stuff was happening, they'd have those breakdowns where it's like they keep cutting the beat and getting it faster and faster and like subdividing. And you never heard anything like the end of Prime Time of Your Life. I just love that song. And I don't know, something, it's just a weird song. Next up is Around the World off of Homework. Homework's got a lot of good songs. I really do like that record. And Around the World, I know it's kind of an obvious pick if I'm going to pick one off that record, but I think it's obvious for a reason. I think it's kind of iconic. Yeah, it's just a great song. It's very repetitious, but it's a great song. And if it came on at the club, it would make my night. Number 8 on my list, first one off of Discovery, is Short Circuit. That song blew my mind when I first heard it. It's just such a great dance track, and it is so groovy. It's so fun. You could literally, anyone that hasn't heard that song, you put it on anywhere, people are going to love it. And then it just breaks down to the end. Like, it just breaks. It's called Short Circuit. I don't know if it's a reference to this, but it just flips. And the second half of it is just this weird, like down feel to it. And then like the synths keep like it's like overdrive or something. It's like they're getting too loud, or like they start like distorting in a way. And to me, that's just another great example of Daft Punk being able to incorporate a lot of like human touch in a weird way as robots. And just a very, very emotional song in a weird way. Like their songs have a way of emoting, even though they might literally just be a beat, and it's just incredible. And all right, so number 7 is Robot Rock. That song, to me, I could listen to a whole record of songs like that. I just love how it's just so slick. It's like an overproduced rock song, and it just keeps going forever. That song is really special to me. Number 6 is Face to Face, which was on your list as well, right? Yeah, Face to Face is a really cool track. I guess, is that Romanthony as well? I know that he's on the opening track. Whoever is the guest vocalist on that, I'm not sure.
Todd Edwards.
Todd Edwards. I love his vocals. I love that song. It's just a great pop song, and it's kind of lyrics that like maybe hit people the wrong way if they heard it for the first time. They're like, why would? It's like very dramatic. It's very just like dramatic, but I love it. I love when they go for stuff like that. Which actually brings me to number 5, which is Something About Us. I Need You More Than Anything in My Life. I just love how serious this song is. I love how down it is, and you got like the talk box feel and just the nice slow groove. It's really what makes Discovery one of my favorite albums of all time. The versatility and their ability to change dynamics. Love that song. I love when it hits on the record. Number 4 is Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. It's the first song I ever heard by Daft Punk. I'm sure a lot of people are the same way. It really is just an incredible song. And in a lot of ways, there are a lot of other songs from that time period. And, they follow similar formats of like taking words in and out and kind of like placing them together. You realize that they're saying a message, but they don't exactly spell it out for you at the beginning. Um, it's not a verse chorus. It's just like a math equation, but it's really cool. And then they spell it all out, and then they just start getting into craziness. And I just hearing them sing the words, and then it becomes a guitar solo is just so cool to me. When he's like, and it's just like, you're like, somebody is singing, but it's a guitar solo. And it's just, that blew my mind the first time I heard it. I just couldn't believe it. And I love how that song is a weird reference, but it kind of reminds me of on like Pumped Up Kicks, how it's just such a great song, and then they just keep going, and you're just like, this song could end at any point, but we're just going to keep working through different modes of this chorus. We're just going to keep it going, and that's how this song just keeps keeps going, and it's great. And yeah, and I do as well love the Kanye West collab that came from it. Number 3 is Doing It Right, Daft Punk featuring Panda Bear. I love Noah Lennox on the track. I love, because he really brings, I'm a huge Animal Collective fan, and he really brings in one of those weird, like, jumpy vocal things that they always are known for. It's like, I don't know the technical terms, but it's like they're going up and down like fifths and bringing in these big, like, long harmonies that are really far away from each other. And that on top of Daft Punk's vocoder singing is just like literally a dream that I thought I was never going to get in life. It's just one of those collabs that I just am obsessed with. And it's a very simple song. I love how simple it is. I love how they don't overcrowd it with synths and stuff too. They just kind of put in what they need to. And to me, that's one of their strong suits, is knowing what's too much, what's the right amount. And they never layer on more than they need to. Number 2 off the same album is Instant Crush. I just think that is just an incredible song. It's just so good. Like, that is just the song. That's just an amazing song. Obviously the production's beautiful. I love having Julian on it as well singing, but it just gets me. It's just gorgeous, and his melody is so wonderful. And yeah, number 1 is Digital Love. I love that song. Yeah, it's awesome. It I said this on the last video, but I think it's a perfect pop song. It is just magical. I listen to it more than any other Daft Punk song. I have it on whenever people ask me, like, if I can give someone a playlist, it's just like my top songs of all time. It's on there. The breakdown especially is really important to me. I just love where it gets with that weird, like, synthesizer guitar thing. And I guess that's the ending of the song. And it's just, it's gorgeous. I love the lyrics too. I don't know. There's something about it. Maybe in a different life, I would find it cheesy, but I just love how sincere they get. And that when their whole shtick is being robots, I just love the sincerity that they bring to the table with songs like this. To me, it's like, it's just perfection, truly. So there's my top 10, and looking forward to hearing what you got, Jason.
All right. Well, I got some in common with each of you. I'm going to start out with number 10, Voyager, which is a cool disco tune. It's kind of like a precursor to what they would do on Random Access Memories. Really cool bass. I think it's a synth bass. Sounds great. And there's a lot of really cool, like, guitar comping going on through the track. That sounds really good. My number 9 is going to be Doing It Right, a track with Panda Bear that Nordista talked about. Panda Bear sounds so good on it. Love it. Really catchy hook too. My number 8 is Robot Rock, basically a rock song. It's got this really cool descending synth lead on it too that I love. My number 7 is Around the World. Track just sounds like a party. The bass and kick on it are so tight. It sounds so good. The low end on that track is just like phenomenal. My number 6 is Human After All. The synth sounds on that track are just insanely great. It's like a heavy metal dance song. It's really cool. My number 5 is going to be a track that you both had, but going unanimous on Face to Face. I think it's a really well put together track. I mean, it's hard to even like pick out all the pieces to it. It's just, so well assembled. My number 4 is going to be Technologic. Super catchy, memorable. But the sounds they use on this track are I think, what really makes it, going beyond just like the really memorable vocal thing, hook. Just really fuzzy, buzzy synthesizers. I think they sound really cool. My number 3 is a track that maybe you guys aren't the biggest fans of. I've got Giorgio by Moroder at number 3. I think it's an awesome tribute to Giorgio Moroder. I think it starts out really cool with Giorgio Moroder doing like the spoken word thing, talking about his career and how he got into making music. But then when it kind of like stops and then that arpeggiator kicks in, I just think it is like the coolest moment on that record. It's awesome. My number 2 is going to be Instant Crush, the same number 2 as Nordista. Super catchy, a very unlikely pairing, I think. Julian Casablancas and Daft Punk. It works so well. And I think if you listen to some of Julian's solo records, I guess it makes a little more sense than if you only know him by the Strokes. But man, it's just so catchy. Such a good song, really well written. My number 1, though, not Digital Love. I've got a different song with love in the title. I've got The Game of Love, which I think is a killer track. The drums on this sound amazing. I don't know what the drummer's doing. It sounds like he's playing with like bundle sticks or like hot rods, whatever drummers call those sticks. It sounds really, really good. The bass is killer. The guitars are panned hard left and right. They sound great. The vocoder is fantastic. The whole vibe of the song, I just absolutely love. I think it's an amazing song. So there you go. Those are my 10.
It's awesome.
We had 3, I think, in common on all 3. We had Face to Face, Instant Crush, and Robot Rock. So we had a lot of different stuff going on, but in the end, I think we saw many of the same things.
Right. Those are all 3 on different records too, right? Face to Face is Discovery. Robot Rock is Human After All. And Instant Crush, right? For him. So how about that? That's pretty cool that we all could find some commonality. I will say, I think that to me, as like a super fan, almost the tragedy of Daft Punk is that there's just not more. Like, I respect how limited amount of music that they give us, but I just want like 10 more records, even if they were like critically trashed and there was like, yeah, we're just doing the same thing. We're just making like a terrible sequel, like they just went Disney style and sold out. I would love that because there's moments of brilliance in some of these songs. And I'm just like, please just give me more songs like Digital Love. Like, there's no one in the game making anything like this music. It's such timeless music. And they've literally been going from like 97 to, I guess, 2013, so 16 years. And it's just, the whole thing is just timeless. And I just wish there was more. I wish there was more records. I hope they'll release some, just give us some like Spotify, dribble out some scraps for me. That's what I want.
If Daft Punk is watching this, I mean, you guys got to get back together now, right? Come on.
I'm sure Nordista would gladly open up for you on that tour. So thanks for watching, everybody. Let us know what your favorite Daft Punk songs are by dropping them down in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. You can find our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram down there. And I will also leave links for you to go check out Nordista's music. He's got a great new record called Big Sky Pipe Dream that you should all go check out. It's really great. And come back tomorrow for our side 3. We'll see you then.